Well, we just didn't get the footy. Once we lost Pendlebury, there's good possessions. And it doesn't matter how many he gets, they're good possessions. And I just didn't think Dane had enough influence, nor did Shane O'Brien, nor did Beams. Pretty keen to play side bottom outside today, which he did. So to win games of football, you've got to win the footy. I thought defensively we were reasonably sound. I said to the match committee during the week, I thought 13 would win it. Trouble is they kicked 12 and we didn't get anywhere near 13. So 12 goals is not a massive score, but in today's football, when you're playing sides that defend the ground and defend the ball pretty well, it's a pretty good score. And the Saints do it very, very well. In fact, they do it obviously the best this year. So the only way you can really have an influence on that is to win the football. And I think we had 275 possessions, of which our midfield just didn't get the footy. And it's the simple fact is that Pendlebury is such an important part, because once he'd gone, then we're starting to play blokes who, for all intents and purposes, we didn't really want to go through. We were going to put a bit of pressure on the outside, which didn't happen.
The tackle count was pretty close, and the contested possession was pretty close. Those other possessions,
but they were clear. They were very clean with the ball.
Did they deny you the ball, or did they spread it off you? Did they run off you?
No, they played. They didn't change anything. They played the way they've played all year, and they're the best defensive side in the competition. They get the ball forward. I thought Simon Preciacomo lowered his colours today. It's probably Simon's worst game I reckon he's played. Against a very good opponent, but I didn't think he played him well. Simon knows that, and has acknowledged that in our brief after the game. So I wouldn't expect him to play that as poorly again, and Simon's been a wonderful servant at the football club, but he'll be better for that next week. Which then robs a little bit of Nick Maxwell's ability to work the way he did, because Nick, I thought, played reasonably well. But it was catch up all the way through. Once you start to lose ground on those sides, you've really got to punish them. And I just didn't think if you don't get it, you don't get inside. If you get it inside, you must score. I thought we had probably half a dozen reasonable opportunities that we just didn't take hold of. And half a dozen, not many. But if you kick 3 or 4 of those, perhaps the scoreline then changes a bit.
That's Ross Lyon this as well. Was it good coaching by him that a fellow like Sam Fisher can sort of mop up for 42 in the back, or was it bad coaching by yourself to allow him to...
Well, I dare say he wouldn't have said it was bad coaching by him.
He didn't say it was bad coaching by you either, to be honest.
Well,
are you surprised when you saw the numbers of this guy?
No. Because there's a lot of possessions in the back half that yesteryear weren't there. Probably the highest possession getting players in the top 5 or 6 in each club would be a backline player, if not 2 backline players. It's simply just the way the game goes. You can't have a cake and eat it at the same time. Fisher's a wonderful accumulator. The only way you can beat those blokes is to get the ball to his opponent and for him to kick goals. But that doesn't happen, and I didn't think our forward line, really, when you looked at it, Anthony Rocco kicked 2, and I think Dale Thomas kicked 2 from there on in. Our full forward Jack Anthony kicked 1. Medhurst may have kicked 1. I'm sure you've got the other one that kicked the goal, but not enough pressure. Not enough pressure. 6 days or 8 days.
What about selection? What about selection options, Mick? Does the good form of your VFL side give you a few options now looking forward?
Yeah, well, that's right. But we went in with our best side, so you've got to be very careful about then going. That wasn't the best side. We'll lose Pendlebury from what I can gather. Anthony would be under pressure, I suppose, given that he's hurt the same ankle that he hurt during that he's had to operate on. Now, how he comes from that will depend whether he plays. Yeah, we can go to the reserves. There's no question about that, because we've got some quality players playing back there. But we pick. You don't just discard players who have been very good for us over a fair period. Now, if some of the kids are getting tired, yeah, you replace them. If some of the senior players aren't playing well and haven't played well, maybe it's our fault for picking them.
with the play?
we're not going to be the first side that's ever lost a qualifying final, and you want to recover and you want to get back in there. And that's, if it was doomed, if you'd lost the qualifying final and then they just mysteriously said, no, that's the end of your year, well, yes, you're down the mouth. We have got and have earned the right, because we finished in the top 4, to play another game.